Hottest topic on the radio this morning by far, the aftermath of the riots in Baltimore, Maryland. I raised some questions about the mayor, Stephanie Rawlings Blake. I believe she's got some blood on her hands because she, in a way, green-lighted the riots. Over the weekend, she said, we want to have a balancing act. We want to make sure we protect people's rights to protest and we protect, a property, etc. But also for those who want to go out and destroy, well, we need to carve out some space for them as well. What? Unbelievable what the mayor said. And I think it actually made the riots worse than they might have been. But another thing that made them worse was the bizarre behavior of the police in Baltimore. It was like they were caught off guard. They didn't know this was coming. Come on. In the wake of the funeral of Freddie Gray, the young black man who died under mysterious circumstances in police custody, they had to know the atmosphere was ripe for rioting. But essentially they backed away and they looked the other way as cars were burned, police cars were burned, and businesses were just looted and some set on fire. Now, was that under order from the mayors to carve out a little space for those who wanted to destroy? Is that why the cops seem to be so reluctant to really engage these rioters as they should do as law enforcement officers? Earlier, there had been a report that gangs were getting together and they were going to orchestrate some attacks on officers and take out cops. Were they intimidated? Were they afraid with the cameras rolling on CNN and Fox and everywhere else and helicopter shots of the rioting going on that they would come off as being guilty of police brutality if they took any action? What was going on in Baltimore? It was an ugly scene with a lot of still unanswered questions. Stay with me on the Baltimore story. We're going to follow it closely and talk about it on the Wednesday edition of Bud Hedinger Live. And also, we're going to talk about fracking and whether or not it is right for Florida. In my world, the answer is absolutely yes, but we'll be taking your phone calls as well when we gather again for the Wednesday edition of BHL on the 50,000-watt front porch from 6 until 9 Wednesday morning. Here on News Radio 1025 WFLA FM, and yes, still on AM 540. Batten down the hatches. It's a grim-looking day. Lots of rain coming. Stay dry, and I'll see you in the morning.